Hello, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Wow, June 2024. Lots going on regarding work, opportunities, and expansion, some relationship stories, as well as potential elements of reality that allow for pets and debt reductions, pet acquisitions and debt reductions in very prosperous and auspicious ways. It's certainly good for your health as well. A lot of this has to do with the Gemini 6th house in your chart. We're going to dive into how that looks for you in this month ahead. But before we begin, a couple of things. If you're new to my channel, you're very welcome here. My name is Lori Lothian. I'm using the Western Tropical Zodiac and the whole sign house system. I have a total love affair with the minor asteroids, and I do a lot of content with minor asteroids and fixed stars in my 30 or more videos I put out here every month on YouTube. And if you want to subscribe, like, and try me out, go ahead. Everything I do is all signs. As for the all signs, listen for your sun sign for career and purpose, your moon sign for your home and your body, and your ascendant for everything about you, including your body, but your big perception of reality. So Capricorn, let's get into this month ahead. We're going to talk about the planets Jupiter, Mars, Venus, and Mercury as they move through different places in the sky. And we're also going to bring in a week-by-week blow by blow of the month of June. We will not cover full and new moons because I do so much content about that here on my channel, and I don't want to try to cram in a lot of detail on something I'm going to do all over again. Hope that makes sense. Let's get started. So the first thing I want to note here for you guys is this. You're going to experience this month as a very positive, a very fruitful, prosperous, expansive time if you're looking for a job especially, or if something to do with work, career, job, and service is important to you at this time of your life. So if you're somebody looking for work, somebody who wants to expand your role in the workplace, maybe even get a raise or promotion, and you are a Capricorn, this is very good for you. This is because, number one, Lord Jupiter moved into the sign of Gemini, the 6th house of work. He did that at the end of May on the 25th, and he does not leave until June of next year. So the backdrop story is hallelujah, blessings, luck, expansion, and growth, work. Also, better health. Also, better pets and more pets and lots of pets. Also, good luck and prosperity around rental properties, whether you're the landlord or the leasee, and some very good positivity around debt situations and maybe lucky breaks around eliminating financial debt. Now, as I say all of that, that's a long game story that lasts an entire year. What about this month of June? Well, against the backdrop of that Jupiter transit, we have the very fortunate and super lucky Venus also joining Jupiter in Gemini. Lesser benefic and greater. Fairy godfather and mother are hanging out in your work, health, etc. house. Now, this is a positive place also for lawsuits. If you're trying to win a lawsuit, you can do really well with these placements. Venus arrives after Jupiter in this part of your sky on May the 24th, or they arrive roughly the same day, a day of each other. So on May the 24th, Venus is sitting in the sign of Gemini. And as she sits in that part of your chart, she's going to do some very auspicious and rare things. And we'll break that down in the week by week. But you have superior luck and blessings in this part of your sky. Even to the point where you could suddenly be able to pay off a credit card, a mortgage, or a debt from unusual lucky reasons, like a friend that you lent money to 20 years ago suddenly repays you, or you thought you had paid your taxes properly, but you have a massive rebate coming. Those kinds of lucky financial breaks that allow you to chunk down any debt holdings that you have. Venus here is going to also be able to bring you dating opportunities if you're in the dating scene. And Venus here can also allow for some kind of beautiful, new, happy, and lucky circumstance regarding your own existing pet, like a better health outcome, a checkup at the vet that looks good, or even a beautiful and lovely new animal coming into your domestic life as a pet. Now, also what we have happening is that then Venus moves out of your 6th house of the work and health and all of that stuff, and just bless your health as well, and moves into the Cancer part of your sky on June the 17th through to July the 11th. Now, that's going to put you in a place where your love life with a significant other can improve. It's a nice energy for you to meet somebody new, or can lead to a new level of commitment in an already existing dating relationship between June 17th and July the 11th. When she's here, she favors your partner if you have a long long-term relationship already existing. Your partner has a glow up, some beauty, some luck, some good things happening for them. Also, Venus wants you to have more fun, play, pleasure, and sex in your long-term committed love stories. And that will be June the 17th to July the 11th. Now, also, this is for your sun, that's your career house. I mean, we're talking about sun represents your career, but that's your also clients and marketplace. So beautiful clients, marketplace endeavors, flow going outward for you in that part of the sky. Mercury is also spending a lot of time in these two houses, your 6th and 7th house, in the month of June. It's going to be on June 3rd that he joins Venus there and will hang out with her until June the 17th. With both of these planets, Mercury and Venus, in your 6th house, oh my God, buy the perfect pet, sign the perfect rental contract, sign the perfect debt relief program, get the most perfect job with a great contract and negotiations, get that raise, get that promotion, all very possible, June the 17th to July the 11th. Now, there is also Mercury then following Venus into your 7th house of marriage. He'll be there June the 18th, July the 3rd. That's also very positive and very lucky for contracts, real estate contracts, deals, and negotiations. Any kind of legal contract and deal and negotiation going extraordinarily well. But if you're somebody who sells things to an audience or a marketplace or puts things into the public sphere, these two combinations of Venus and Mercury are like madmen advertisers, promotion, publicists, and you have a charm offensive and you're able to like kind of reach a lot of people in a very popular, appealing, and marketable way. So it's a good time to throw things into the marketplace creatively or entrepreneurially. Speaking of entrepreneurial, there's going to be Mars moving through your entrepreneurial house, self-starter, doing your own thing, consulting, or whatever you want to call that, starting on June the 9th, after a long stay in the sign of your 4th house of home, property, and real estate. Now, when he moves into your 5th house, this is a good time for more passion, more creativity, more romance, more competitive spirit. You might feel like you've got the spirit of competition, especially if you want to apply for a new job. You might feel like high-spirited and super energized around the possibility of an entrepreneurial endeavor. It's really good for departure of children. Like you have nested children in your home and Mars spends, June 9th to July 21st. They can de-nest on you, separate from the children. Possibly one of your children could go through a time of hardship, June 9th to 21st, because Mars is a malefic and a sign of his detriment here. So there is that possibility. You might be doing a little hand-holding for a child going through a difficult time, whether that child is a little one or an adult, June the 9th to the 21st. And there's a lot of intensity because Uranus is here. So while he's in this transit co-present with Uranus, some surprises around romance, children, entrepreneurial, and business stories. And you might just be taken a little bit off guard by some of it. But certainly a lot of sexual passion can happen. And you may have sort of an upsurge of excitement around your sexual energies than if you're in a romantic love story. And that will be more true later on once we get Venus in your long-term partnership house. She'll be there, as I said, June 17th to July 11th, meaning that during the June 9th to July 21st transit, it really is a sweet spot for romantic engagement with a love partner. Great for meeting someone new and finding someone in the dating scene that you're really going to be long-term compatible with, or juicing up your sex life or romantic inclinations towards an existing partner. And again, that energy is really active with that ongoing sextile between Venus and Mars between June the 17th and July the 11th. No, I'm sorry. Yes, June the 17th and July the 11th. All right, let's also talk next about the breakdown of the month. Now, reminding you, I am not covering anything to do with the new and full moon because I do that separately on my channel already. Let's break down instead the things you need to pay attention to time your best life in the month of June. On June the 1st to June, I forgot to tell you about my promotion. I'm promoting this month my Cosmic Moonshine newsletter. If you want to sign up before the end of May, every single Monday during the month of May, I'm giving prizes. Sunday, I'm giving away free readings, free courses. I'm giving away my 2024 All Signs bundle. We're valued at $77. These kinds of things are a celebration of reaching 60,000 subscribers. My weekly forecast newsletter that comes out every Saturday, how to subscribe to that newsletter so you can win these prizes and learn how to enter the contest, is in my description box below. So back to the monthly breakdown of June. First week of June, June 1st to the 7th, Venus will conjunct the sun. Venus in conjunction with the sun is a blessed new beginning, and she does this once every 4 years in your sixth house of work, in your sixth house of career, work career, in your house of pets, tenancy and rental agreements, debt elimination, good health. And this reset button, even though it happens on the 4th of June, even though it's at 14 Gemini, it really is not really just about that day. It's about what's going to happen in the 10 months that follow, and even broader the next 4 years. So keep that in mind, but she is resetting herself, and she will be visible in July. And it's in July that you may have the best luck appearing regarding work, health, pets, rentals, tenancy agreements, and debt elimination. So keep in mind that you'll see some of the real juice from that as she moves into visibility in July in our evening sky as the evening star Venus. When she's rebirthing herself at the very same time, basically around June 4th, but you feel this energy kind of June 1st to the 7th, Pluto and Mercury are hooking up together, making a conjunction in your sixth house. It's the same house I described, the work, the health, and they're going to flow for a first in a lifetime vibe to Pluto in your second house of money and earnings, resources and savings, and it's a financial work glow up energy. It can also be a powerful transformation of your health through changes in your dietary style, but Jupiter is opportunity, Pluto is powerful opportunity coming, and it looks very work related for many of you Capricorns. Or, you have enough money to buy the perfect pet, or you have financial abundance that allows you to rent a property or secure a lease or rent your property out. Either one, all of those are true. Maybe some of you might even purchase a car off of this. I won't explain why, but it's in that part of the sky as well. Now, basically, this is a beautiful first week of June, and everything feels super benefic. But we're going to bump into some harder energies on June 12th, June 10th to the 12th. And that difficulty is caused by Mars square Pluto. Both of these planets are difficult to begin with. Now, Mars is in the house of children, the house of romantic sexual love. Mars is June 10th to 12th going through your house of entrepreneurial and self-starter things and creative projects. And he comes into a square with Pluto in the house of money. So money, earnings, and resources tension coming through your sky. And it may not even be about you. It could be about one of your children and their financial distress, and you're in on it on the sideline. You may have something going on with it's only your love partner if you have a financial obligation to each other, right? Because this is a money story with Pluto in the second house. And so there's some kind of money crunch going on with fifth house measures. Fourth house is very competitive energy, right? You want to compete when Mars is there, fifth house, I mean. And so there may be some competitive spirit that's getting in the way of something to do with money for you. And so I'll let you see what that is. You let me know. But it's definitely one small spot of tension, June 10th to the 12th. On June the 14th, however, we have Mercury now in the sun's heart, just as Venus was on June the 4th. Again, it's all about that sixth house. This is that revenue, work, job, money, resources, health, pets, and rental situations. This conjunction here is a nice little reset button. A Cazimi happens here we have Cazimi 6 times a year. This is one that's happening now in Gemini. Check out my free webinar below. I'll be teaching it probably the day before the Cazimi, because it's something that I do every time there's a decent Cazimi in the sky to harness the stars and asteroids to time your best life and get divine downloads on this day, really. But at a practical level, Mercury here is definitely a June 14th Cazimi trying to reset a button for something good to happen in that work house and in that career house. Again, we're seeing the same stories playing out over and over. But look for on the 14th, an email, a phone call, a text message, or a conversation to be pivotal and important regarding work, health, career, money, debt, pets, and rentals. On June the 16th to the 18th, that window of time, Mercury and Venus will combine forces together, holding hands together in the sky at 28 degrees of Gemini in that sixth house. Now, that's a really positive, good news moment, good information, happy, positive news coming through, things to do with employee, employer, work contracts and agreements. Quite often, Mercury is the negotiator, the deal maker, the signer. Venus is the lucky, the happy, and the fortunate. So if you are trying to change work or career, or you want to get a new job, or you're trying to land an entrepreneurial deal, that's likely going to look like a very good time for those things to really gel for you and really come together. There's only one complication, only one, and that Venus conjunction to Mercury also squares the planet Neptune. There may be some confusion around how this opening around health and work and pets and tendencies can be compromised by some misunderstanding regarding the travel element, the commuting element, the local neighbors and neighborhood part of the story. Like, don't sign a rental contract till you really look at the neighborhood and the neighbors there. Things to do with complications regarding a sibling or a family, extended family member. Although it is a work story, they could get compromisingly involved. You can't really see as clearly as you would like because Neptune obfuscates and fogs over the story. There may be a little bit of deception or misinformation here. So don't sign a legal contract with a Mercury square Neptune quite just yet. Right? Not right away. If you could hold off, have some legal eyes on it, ask more questions about it, then you're going to find that the sweet spot is more like June 20 to 21st. So wait a mere 3 or 4 days when the sun squares Neptune and clears, like sun burns off fog, clears the confusion, the uncertainty, or your starry rose-colored glasses about what's really true versus what you wish was really true, about what looks like an offer or an opportunity regarding pets, rental, and agreements. If it was a pet, it's like the breeder says, oh, this is the most easy baby in the litter, and you find out it's the one that's biting all the other puppies. I mean, whatever it is, you got to check it out first. So wait till June 20 to 21st to get a keen discerning eye on this situation rather than make a critical mistake at this time. On June the 26th to the 30th, because the fog will clear one way or the other. I'm just warning you, time your best life. Give it some time before you make decisions here. Then on June the 26th to the 30th, there's a very powerful, rare event happening, kind of once every 29-year rare event, where we have a Mercury trine Saturn. Rare because Saturn is in that third house where we talked about, the siblings, extended family, the neighbors, the neighborhood, the travel plans, etc. So Saturn's traveling through that part of your sky, Pisces, your third house, whole sign third house. And then we have a flow from Mercury in your seventh house of contracts, legal agreements and vows, clients and audience and marketplace, and significant life partners, mates and business partners. So Mercury wants to make a deal. Mercury wants to sign a contract. Mercury wants to go all on legal, something like that, June 26th to the 30th. Come to a friendly agreement at the very least about some third house matters. It could be a friendly agreement, a flowing agreement between you and a significant other around a travel plan, a neighborhood opportunity, a rental agreement. Don't forget that's in the backdrop. It could be also a legal contract being given to you to look at and sign regarding matters that we just discussed, particularly work. And then Saturn is the long game guy. So he's kind of the expert authority master flowing to Mercury. And that looks like basically maybe making the agreements that you're going to form, if any, whether it's with a partner, a spouse, a client, a marketplace person, making them strong, making them firm, giving them a foundation that's based on the real, not the ideal, Saturn. But it is a very positive flow. You might even sign an agreement to sign up for a course of study or learning, or again, trips and travel can be involved here as well. And if you're a social media person, this could be some social media contracts and agreements that happen to be forming around things you're putting out into the social media world, and maybe some legal contracts involved as well. Venus, the lovers, the cosmic lover to Mars, is going to also be in your significant love relationship house. As I mentioned earlier, right? She's going to move into that part of your sky June 17th to July 11th. And while she's there, she looks back over her shoulder at Mars in the house of children, romantic and sexual love, creative projects, art, fun play, competition. And they're synergizing together, entrepreneurial endeavors. And so there's a really sweet time here for you when that happens between June 26th and 30th. This is a lovely week. And I'm not sure what you're going to do with it. I really don't know. But you may find yourself, for example, planning a lovely getaway romantically with a significant other or taking that trip. That's June 26th to the 30th. Or you may have a creative project really hit a spot with the marketplace, or you may even commit to a deeper level of commitment in an existing romantic relationship. And if you had some turbulence with one of your children, that could smooth out at this time as well. Because I did say with Mars here in your fifth house, there could be child turbulence for sure. Now, and again, Mars there, June 9th to July 21st. Sometimes Mars in the fifth house just means separation from a child, separation from a romantic partner. And then there could be a reunion energy then coming through the sky, June 26th to the 30th. Next, what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about the very tail end of the month with a surprise. I love surprises. Cracker Jack box at the bottom or the Jack in the box. Mercury is surprising you on the 29th and 30th of the month by coming into a flowing, happy relationship to the god of the unexpected. That is Uranus. Mercury does this between the house of your marriage partners and audience and legal contracts and the house of romantic love. And it's about children as well. So surprises around your children, positive surprises around your children. Aha, I'm pregnant. Positive surprises around your romantic life. Positive surprises coming in and about and through your romantic partner that really impact you in a positive way. Now, Mars is here too still, and that could mean it involves something to do with the word adventure or travel, or surprises around competition. And I'm going to give you a word, winning money, because this is the house of winning money. Venus rules it from the 7th. It could be that your main squeeze won a lottery and you're so excited by hearing the good news sometime around June the 30th. There's so many ways it can play out. The house of good fortune with also lucky money breaks is where Mars will be with Uranus. And there's that flow to Venus, the Lord of the house. But because it's in the 7th, it may involve a partner, not just yourself. Thank you for listening to that Capricorn sun, moon, and rising sign. I hope that's going to help you navigate the month of June. Don't forget, if you want to subscribe to my Cosmic Moonshine newsletter, you can win a prize in May for a free reading. Don't forget that I have the Mercury retrograde webinar, Mercury Kazemi webinar for free. Sign up for that. You won't regret it. And if you want to get this kind of content, early access, ad-free, Patreon community is getting this around May the 8th, and you will not get this kind of content until 2 weeks later. But I'm giving away 2 free courses, and my lowest tier at my Patreon is only $5 a month. And what I'm giving away is Chiron, the Key to Purpose, and Synastry, my relationship course, Are You My Person? Those 2 free courses I've taught already. The 90-minute classes, the replays are available to you for free, and the market value is $44, but it's yours to keep just for trying out my Patreon community. So check out that in the link below as well. Good luck, everybody, with your June. It's a hell of a lot better month, by the way, than we had in March and April. May wasn't too bad either, but you know what I'm saying. Ciao, ciao. I hope you know what I'm saying. There you are. I navigated away to the chart. Bye-bye, guys. My head's cut off. I don't even care. Cut off my head. Bye-bye.